I think almost every executive or senior leader could benefit from having their own coach. And I say that as someone who's helped a number of leaders in your sector within higher education. And we've worked on themes like the complexity of the organization, navigating that, managing people in teams, influencing stakeholders, and managing tricky relationships. And for some people, it's been about progressing their career and having the confidence to really go for it. Confidence crops up again and again and again in many of my coaching sessions. I want people to have the career they desire along with the lifestyle they deserve. It's really important that those two things come together. So the work life and the home life, that they come together, and they're not exclusive to each other. I think that's more important today with things like working from home, hybrid working, and so on. Coaching provides you the space and time to do your very best thinking. I'm of the opinion that not enough time is given to leaders to think properly. We're always too busy. We're driven by the calendar, and finding that space and time to work on what's important to you is a very rare commodity, and that's what I think coaching provides. So coaching starts with what I call the discovery call. Now, the discovery call is a complimentary, no obligation session with me. It's a chance for us to get to know each other, and you can tell me a bit more about your role, some of the challenges you face, and importantly, what you would like from the coaching program itself. So we can actually start to agree or draft up some outcomes or goals or objectives for us to work on. It will also then help formulate what I call the coaching agreement. So when we finish that session, I will draft up the coaching agreement. And again, we can set out some draft objectives. They're not finalized till we start working together, but certainly some draft objectives. It will set out the frequency of sessions and how the framework surrounding the program. So in terms of its duration, how and when those sessions take place. An important part is around the ethics of coaching, and a lot of clients ask me about confidentiality. So that is clearly, explicitly stated in the coaching agreement, and it will set out how we maintain that confidential space. Once we have the agreement in place and you're happy with it and you're happy to proceed, we can then start to schedule in our sessions. As I say, these can be according to your need in terms of the duration of the program or the frequency of the sessions. I typically ask clients to pencil in 90 minutes, so you can have an hour of quality coaching time to work on those themes and issues, but also there's a half-hour buffer to do the kind of review, recap, and importantly, to set out actions and takeaways for the next session. When we come to the final session, we'll be able to review. The coaching agreement is always kept live, by the way. I think that is a live document we refer to throughout our time together, but certainly for the review at the end, we'll reflect back, we'll look at the coaching agreement and ask ourselves, have you met these objectives that you set out at the start of the program? That's really important. It's a chance then for you to evaluate your coaching experience and give me feedback on how you found coaching with me. That's basically the process. There are many coaches out there, all with different skills, approaches, experiences, and specialisms. I suppose my specialism would be higher education. I've worked for the last 15 years with a number of universities, working with leaders and their teams in the learning and development space. And I've especially enjoyed the coaching aspect of that, which has built up over the last few years. I suppose my approach is one, I like to challenge clients. I'm very supportive, but I do like to challenge them on taking action. If you were to look at a spectrum between being directive and non-directive, I suppose my tendency is towards the non-directive. I believe that clients often have the answer in there somewhere, and my job is simply to facilitate that. And to do that, I use something called incisive questions. So those are questions that help cut through some of the fog that you might experience on a day-to-day basis. However, I'm okay with moving towards a more directive approach. In fact, some clients ask me, they'll say, John, I don't want you to just listen to me and ask me questions. I'd like some of your input sometimes based on your experience. So where it's relevant experience, so from my background in training and development, I can bring those tools, models, and experience and approaches to bear on that. So I can be a bit more directive, but it's a case of moving up and down that continuum and based on what you need as the client. I hope that's been helpful and has given you some information on coaching and how it might help you in your role. If you liked what I said and that sounds interesting, then there is a link in my coaching biography which will take you through to the booking page for the discovery call I described earlier. It would be great to see you on the other side of this video. So thanks again for watching, and thanks for reading the information in my coaching bio. Thank you.